what's up everyone on YouTube and all the readers of the blog? It's me, Josephine. Haven't made a video for you guys in a long time, so I figured I should probably make one. And this particular video that I'm going to do for you guys today, I actually had the idea to do it way back at the beginning of the school year, and at the time just never really got around to it, so I'm happy to be able to do it now because I've been wanting to do it for a while. Some of you who may have read the blog, you might remember way back last year, I did a little interview with my friend Erin, who at the time was a third-year student in the Small Business Entrepreneurship Program. So I wanted to do another interview, this time a video interview though, and I thought it'd be kind of neat to do it with a first-year student, just to kind of ask them about their experience as a new student at Mount Royal University. And so my really good friend Stephanie, she agreed to be interviewed. She is a first-year student in the social work diploma program. And yeah, we just sat down and had a short conversation about kind of what her experience has been like at Mount Royal so far. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So today we are here with Stephanie, who's agreed to talk to us about what it's like to be a Mount Royal student. So I guess the first question that I have is when you decided to go to university after high school, because you just came from high school last year, you graduated 2009,
yeah.
Is that right? When you were looking at post-secondary schools, what made you choose Mount Royal out of all of them?
It was the program, I guess, selection because the U of C program, I'm in the social work program at Mount Royal, and I was debating between U of C and Mount Royal. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were looking at those two, and I just felt like the course material and the course selections were better at Mount Royal for the required classes, and then I had heard the class sizes were smaller,
right,
which I thought for first year would probably be better than a huge auditorium.
For sure.
And then it would be easier to skip if you were at U of C.
Yeah.
Because no one knows you're even there. So
Exactly, yeah. You're more accountable in a smaller class sizes, right?
Yeah.
So has there, what's the biggest difference for you between high school and university? Because the reason I'm asking is because for me, I took a long break between coming back to post-secondary and being in high school, so I guess I wasn't really able to see so much the differences because there was such a long period of time I was out of school. So for someone like you who came right from high school, was there any big differences you can see?
I think the difference is just in your motivations to go to class are different because when you're in high school, you have to be there, and whereas at university you're paying to be there, and so that's probably the major difference is just you're attending class because you want to, and you have it's a different goal then, because in high school, for most students, you kind of know, oh, I'm going to graduate, most likely, whereas in university, it's just, I guess the class is different, and also the time. All my classes are 3 hours, so that's a big change too, but I actually prefer it because you get way more covered in a day. But then if you miss a day, you're screwed over.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, that's a big difference, I think. That's the biggest one.
And is there anything you miss about high school?
Personally, I miss being able to do arts, doing drama and music, because I was really big into that when I was in high school, but then when I came to university, there was no room for it. I just don't, I can't. I could maybe take a theater course or something, but there's no sort of extracurricular arts that you can do, so that's the difference, I think. That's what I miss, is just doing music and stuff. Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge since you've been here this past 8 months or whatever it is?
To be honest, my biggest challenge was citations and learning APA and MLA, because I had to learn both, which was really frustrating, and I just get so confused. I still get confused with it.
Yeah. I think that they should really be teaching that in high school, because it's, you come here and all of a sudden you have to do it and you've never done it before. So it's...
Even if you just have... Yeah, even in high school, you don't even really have to... It's do a bibliography, but
it's not really anything.
It's not really anything. Yeah, that's the biggest challenge was figuring that out and learning it and
getting used to
Yeah.
implementing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my profs, Cliff Warrior, he's been teaching for 20 years, and he said he still checks every single time when he's citing anything. So that just goes to show.
Yeah.
On the topic of instructors, who's your favorite instructor here and why?
So far, well, it's only been a year, so there's a social work professor named Peter Choate, and he'd be my favorite prof. His teaching style is really different from any of the other profs I've had, and he's really passionate. I find that's a big thing about the profs here compared to UC, is a lot of the teachers at UC are more research-based, like they are focusing on that because that's sort of why they're there, as opposed to here, it's more the instruction as opposed to the research, which I found was really good. And you can tell in all the, and like I've never had a prof that I don't like yet, so that's good for me.
Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the social work program, which is a diploma program.
Yeah.
Mount Royal is offering, degrees now. We are a university.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we don't have a Bachelor of Social Work, though.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to pursue your diploma further, you would have to switch to U of C.
Yeah, I have. There's really no choice for right now.
Yeah. There's
been sort of, I don't know, the grapevine sort of just talking about it, but I'm assuming it would probably be like at least 3 years from now, at least, till they implemented a Bachelor of Social Work here. So I don't want to wait around. It would be nice if I could continue it, and finish here, because I know that the big thing for the profs here is they want to finish their own students. Right. I've heard them say that. But as of right now, my plans are to apply to the ESW program at UC.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that'll be difficult to go from an environment like this to U of C, or do you think because you'll have been in school for a few years, it might be a little bit easier?
I don't know if it would be difficult, more just different, because UC, they only take something like 35 students into the Bachelor of Social Work program anyway, so I would assume that the class sizes would be small as opposed to the arts and sciences requirements, which will be, big auditoriums and stuff, but I am a bit excited for it. I look forward to it, just a new environment. So
yeah, it's kind of nice to get you get to go to 2 really good schools, get a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I don't really have much else to ask you, but the last question I have would be, this blog is read by a lot of students who, prospective students to Mount Royal, so I guess if you could tell, as someone who is considering going here, something about your experience, what would you tell them?
I guess I would say that it's not going to be what you expect it to be. You anticipate post-secondary, whether you're going to Mount Royal or SAIT or U of C or, Bow Valley, no matter where you're going, you have an expectation of how it's going to be. But don't be rigid in assuming that university is going to be how you imagine it, because it's completely different when you actually are in the environment. So I would just say just keep an open mind, because the first couple weeks of classes are kind of intimidating if you're not used to that sort of learning style. So just keep an open mind, because it's really fun and you think it's scary, but once you get into it, even the assignments, you can really put your own style or whatever it is that you want to say into your assignments, which is much different from high school. So just look forward to it and don't be too freaked out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Steph.
Thanks.
And best of luck with your studies.
You too.